One of my favorite authors, Pema Chodron, said it so simply and so perfectly. Never underestimate the inclination to bolt. I love that quote, not only as a leader who is always growing and evolving. I love it so much and appreciate it as a coach and a facilitator in the work that we do with leaders, because I see it happen in almost every growth experience we facilitate at some point. Usually when things get real, someone starts to check out, and not physically, they're still in the room, but something shifts. The arms cross, the eyes go distant, the engagement pulls back just enough that you can feel it. They're bolting, just not with their feet. And I really do get it, because the mirror is hard to look into. When the work starts to reveal something true about how we're showing up, our defaults, our blind spots, our patterns under pressure, something in us wants to look away, to deflect, to decide what this particular insight is, or to decide that this particular insight doesn't apply to me, or that the facilitator doesn't fully understand the situation, or that this would all be a lot more useful if other people in our lives were in the room doing this work. Yeah, and then physically, I have physically bolted when things got too tough. So that's the bolt, dressed up in very reasonable clothing. And I say all of this with so much compassion, because as I said, I have bolted too. I can think of so many situations in my life. Not always with my feet either. I've sat in hard conversations and gone somewhere else inside. I've read something true about myself and put the book down. I've been right on the edge of a real breakthrough and found 17 other things that suddenly need my attention. So the inclination to bolt is human, which is why she says don't underestimate it. It's not a character flaw. It's your nervous system doing exactly what it was designed to do, protect you from what feels threatening. And looking honestly at yourself, that can feel very threatening indeed. But here's what I know and trust from years of doing this work with myself and with others. The bolt typically happens right before the breakthrough. As my friend Josh always used to say, don't leave 5 minutes before the miracle happens. The resistance you feel, that tightening, that urge to disengage, that voice that says this is too much, or this isn't for me, or I already know this, or it's their fault, that is not a sign that the work isn't working. That's actually a sign that it is, that something real is being touched, that you are right at the edge of something that could genuinely change how you lead and how you live. And the only thing standing between you and that breakthrough is the willingness to stay in it. Not to have it figured out, not to be comfortable, just to stay. To feel the resistance and get curious about it instead of running from it. To ask yourself, what am I actually afraid of right now? What would it mean if this were true about me? What becomes possible if I let myself really look? That is the work, the real work, and it is hard, and it is worth it every single time. So here's your reflection for today. Where in your life or your leadership are you bolting right now? Maybe not with your feet, but in the quiet ways that are easier to miss. What are you afraid you might find if you stayed? And what if that thing you're most afraid to look at is exactly the thing that sets you free? Stay in the room, do the work. The breakthrough is closer than you think. What a great way to take care of yourself and ultimately each other.